Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame's YouTube channel. My name is Mandy Smith, and I'm the Director of Education here at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which means that I have the best job in the world. I get to talk about rock and roll music all day long. So it's pretty cool, and that's what we're going to do today is we're going to have a little Fam Jam program, so a family-friendly program that's filled with all kinds of activities and crafts and live musical performances that you can sing and dance along to. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. We have some special partners with us today. We've got some people from the Cleveland Public Library, from the Beck Center for the Arts, and from the Children's Museum. So it should be really fun-filled and a really rock and roll thing to do on your Saturday morning. I want to take a minute to thank our members, our donors, and all of our sponsors, particularly the John P. Murphy Foundation, because they sponsor our virtual Fam Jams this year. So a big shout out to them and a thanks for helping rock and roll education reach the world. We are actually going to kick it off with my good friend Ed. Ed works at the Beck Center for the Arts, and he is going to play some cool songs for us. Hey, Ed, are you there?
I am here. Hi, Mandy. How are you this morning?
I am pretty wonderful. Even better now that you're here. How are you doing?
I am ready for fun. I'm backstage here at the Beck Center over in Lakewood, and it's so cool to see you in the garage at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. How fun is this, huh?
For sure, for sure. And I hear that you have some songs that you're going to play for us today.
I have been practicing all week for the Fam Jam kids, so I'm ready to take it. I'm ready. You know what? We're going to do the old bit where we have to get everyone to count 1, 2, 3 and say, hey, could you demonstrate before you get slid off the screen? So we're going to say 1, 2, 3. Hey! All the kids to do. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hey! How you doing? It's time for music today. Put your arms up in the air and say, rock and roll! How's it going? We're singing and we're playing away. We'll have a good time. We'll do our best. So clap your hands, clap your hands. Everybody clap, 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 clap. And we'll do the rest. One more time. Get your hand ready. The thrust it way up in the air with a big hey. 1, 2, 3. Hey, how you doing? It's time for music today. 2 arms up, let's say it. Rock and roll. How's it going? Singing and we're playing away. We'll have a good time. We'll do our best. So clap your hands way up high in the air. And we'll do the rest. Keep clapping those hands. Whew. Very good. Good morning, Fam Jam fans. I am Ed Gallagher over here at the Beck Center for the Arts, and I have been proud to be part of Toddler Rock at the Rock Hall for a whole bunch of years. So I'm glad to share a few of our songs with you this morning, wherever you might be. We're going to do a little jingle bells later on, especially for all of you in the warm weather cities watching today. But first, I need all my friends to stand up, and we're going to get ready to shake your hands and move your head around, and maybe even move those hips like Elvis Presley does. So here we go. Get those hands going. Everybody get that rock and roll in your hands, in your hands, in your hands. Everybody get that rock and roll in your hands. We're doing the body rock. Shake those around. All right, hips. Everybody get that rock and roll in your hips, in your hips, in your hips. Everybody get that rock and roll in your hips. We're doing the body rock. Now you can get your knees and knock it, cause you rock and roll and shake it onto the beat. And you can get your body rocking down in your feet. Feeling is oh so sweet. Everybody get that rock and roll in your arms, in your arms, in your arms. Way up high with those hands and those arms. We're doing the body rock. How about your best rock and roll head? Come on and get that rock and roll in your head, in your head, in your head. Everybody get that rock and roll in your head. We're doing the body rock. Now you can get your knees and knocking with that rock and roll by shaking them to the beat. And when you get your body rocking down within your feet, feeling is oh so sweet. Everybody rock your body from side to side, side to side, side to side. Everybody get that rock and roll side to side. We're doing the body rock. One more. Everybody rock your body from the front to the back, front to the back, front to the back. Everybody rock your body from the front to the back. We're doing the body rock. Who's dancing? Doing the body rock. One more time. We're doing the body rock. Woo! I don't know about you, but I got to do a little shoo-wee before I turn it back over to Mandy at the Rock Hall. That was nice dancing. I hope everyone's got the blood flowing, got your hands going, your heads moving and rocking and rolling, because it is time, I think, to take a big breath and turn it back over to Mandy to see what is coming next here at the amazing Fam Jam.
Oh, man, Mr. Ed, that was rocking. I was like, I am all warmed up. And there's no better way to start the day with the good old hello song. So I love it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, Mr. Ed. We'll see him again in a bit. I hope you guys had fun rocking out and getting all warmed up with Mr. Ed. Next, we're actually going to turn it over to the Children's Museum, and we're going to learn how to make a kazoo. Kazoo is a pretty cool instrument. I hope that some of you have had a chance to play one before, and if not, you can make yours at home. The Children's Museum is going to teach you, so let's check that out right now.
Hello, everybody, from the Children's Museum of Cleveland. We're happy to help you guys celebrate the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Fam Jam. Today, we're going to talk about how to make your very own kazoo. In just a second, we're going to go over what you need and how to make it. All right, everybody, we have all of our materials here to make our kazoo. So you're going to need an empty toilet paper roll, a piece of wax paper, just one rubber band, big or small, and one pencil. Just like mine. Now, get all of your family together, start your own band, have all the fun in the world.
All right, so that's a pretty cool way to make a kazoo. I know that video was pretty quick, but that's okay because we actually have an instruction sheet up on our website, Rock Hall EDU, which is actually free to everyone, and it's full of all kinds of activities that teachers and parents can use at home or in their classrooms to do all kinds of cool things. In fact, if you go over to edu.rockhall.com, one of the first things you will see is our Fam Jam collection, and you'll find instructions about how to make some cool instruments, and you'll find a Fam Jam playlist. So if you're looking for some family-friendly music to rock out to, that playlist is definitely where you want to go. Now, I'm so glad that the Children's Museum made a kazoo today. Now, if you know about these things called instrument families, that's kind of how we divide instruments. So we have the string family. That's anything that makes sound by having a string vibrate. But my favorite family of percussion or of instruments is called the percussion family. And you might think that the kazoo is part of the wind family, but it's actually part of the percussion family because that little piece of sort of tissue paper that she had on the end, it actually vibrates like a membrane, sort of like a drum head. And that's how the kazoo makes its sound. So that actually makes it a percussion instrument because a percussion instrument is anything that makes sound that you can vibrate or shake or beat on. You can even have all these percussion instruments on your body. You can tap on your knees, you can clap your hands, you can rub your belly and pat your head, or is it the opposite? I never remember. But basically anything can be a percussion instrument. So the next thing that we're gonna do is actually watch a little video I made the other day right at this drum set behind me. And in it, I'm gonna talk about what the drum set is, what all the different parts and pieces of the drum set are, and how those parts and pieces make a drum beat that make you want to move and groove. So let's check out this video. I am sitting here behind my favorite instrument in all of rock and roll music, the drum set. The drum set is pretty awesome because it's one instrument and yet it's a bunch of other little instruments all put together to make that one instrument. So let's talk about the parts and pieces that all go together to make the drum set and talk about how each of them plays a role in a drum beat. Let's start with this one on the floor, this really big drum on the floor. It's called the bass drum. It has all of the different components that any drum has. So if you see the white part around the outside, that's called the drum shell. And that's made of some kind of hard wood, so you can kind of knock on it like you would knock on a door. Then on either side, there's a piece of plastic stretched out along the drum shell, and that's called the drum head. Now that's the part that you hit. But since the bass drum is all the way on the floor, my hands are all the way up here, I have a little pedal that helps me hit the drum set. It looks something like this. And if you notice, this part looks like the bottom of a shoe, so I actually put my shoe right on there. And when I push down on it, it makes this beater hit the drum head down there. Kind of like that. I also have 3 drums up here that are called toms or tom-toms. And they are little to big or high to low. They also have the drum shell and both the drum heads on them as well. So from high to low, they sound kind of like this. And they remind me of being in a jungle. Like King Kong or Tarzan or something like that. And that's because every time that you watch a movie or a TV show that has a jungle in it, usually you're going to hear toms, even though there aren't always toms in actual jungles. The last drum on the drum set is called the snare drum, and it's right here in front of me. It's got the shell, it's got the drum heads, and it has these special metal wires running along the bottom drum head. Now those special metal wires are actually called snares. I have a lever here. If I turn it off, it makes the snares not touch the bottom drum head, and then it sounds kind of like a tom. But if I flip that lever the other way, those metal snares push right against that bottom drum head, and it sounds like a snare drum. It reminds me of being in a parade or marching or being in the military. Those are all the drums of the drum set, but we also have these cymbals up here. Cymbals are big pieces of metal that are shaped into a circle. They have an outer part, which is called the plate, and this raised inner part called the bell. I have 3 different kinds of cymbals on this drum set. The ride cymbal over here, it's called the ride cymbal because I want to ride on it. I have 2 crash cymbals that I want to crash on. And last but not least, I have this hi-hat over here. Now the hi-hat is pretty cool because it is not 1, but actually 2 cymbals, one on top of the other. So I actually have another pedal down here by this foot, and if I step on it, it clicks those cymbals together. But since it's high, I can play it with my drumsticks too. I can play it when it's closed, when it's open, or anywhere in between. Each of these parts and pieces of the drum set plays an important role in a drum beat, and drum beats make us want to move and groove to music. The bass drum and the snare drum are inseparable best friends and cannot stop talking to each other. Hey, hey, how are you? The hi-hat and sometimes the ride cymbal, they're pretty strict and they want to keep time over that conversation. The toms like to go kind of crazy and fill in the gaps in between, and the crash cymbals, they like to crash. Put it all together, and it sounds like this. Is my favorite instrument in all of rock and roll, the drum set. Man, I really love those drums, and I hope you do too. What I really love about them is you get to beat them really hard, and you get to get a lot of your energy out. So I have a lot of fun with that. Let's watch a couple professional drummers and see what they do. The first one that we're going to see is a drummer named Questlove. He normally drums with a band called The Roots, but here he's backing up Felicia Collins, and they are honoring a gospel and rhythm and blues star named Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just a couple years ago. Then, after we see Questlove drum, we're going to see Neil Peart. Neil Peart drummed for the band Rush, and he's very much a drummer's drummer. All drummers seem to just love Neil Peart. I know that I do. And he really has just mastered what it means to be a drummer. And you'll notice that he has a lot of drums and cymbals on his drum set. So let's check out these two killer drummers rocking it out behind the drum set.
There are strange things happening every day. Jesus is the holy life, changing darkness into light. There are strange things.
Oh man, those are two awesome drummers. And I like those clips because they really show you how different drummers can drum and how different they can have their drum set up. So you'll notice Questlove, I think he maybe had 4 drums and a few cymbals, but man, I couldn't even count how many drums and cymbals Neil Peart had. He had so many and was just going wild on those drums. So that was really fun. I think we're going to actually take a trip now over to the Cleveland Public Library where my friend Anisha is hanging out. Anisha, are you there?
Yes, I am. How are you?
Oh, I'm so wonderful. I'm so glad you could join us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. And I have a question for you.
Yeah.
When you're playing drums, I always notice drummers like to twirl their drumsticks around. Can you do that?
I sure can. Maybe I'll get a pair of drumsticks later because there's going to be some air drumming and maybe I'll twirl my sticks.
That would be awesome.
Super fun. I hear you have a story to read for us today.
I sure do. It is called Catfish Kate and the Sweet Swamp Band.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to hear it. So let's take it away.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And like I mentioned, I'm going to be reading to you Catfish Kate and the Sweet Swamp Band by Sarah Weeks and illustrated by Elwood H. Smith. So let's get started. Catfish Kate made up a little tune. She hummed it and she strummed it underneath the moon. She's underneath the moon strumming. Does anybody know what instrument she's playing? She was playing the banjo. Along came a newt tootling a flute. Together, they began to hum, strum, and toodaloo. So now the flute is toodalooling. She looks surprised. Snake slid by with a rattle of her tail. Gator got her, and the band began to wail. Hum, strum, rattle, rattle, toodle-oodle croon, sweet swamp music underneath the moon. We're having a party. Skeeter buzzed in with a jazz violin. Spider sat beside her, and the joint began to spin. Hum, strum, rattle, rattle, toodle-oodle croon, scritch, scratch, zing, zang, underneath the moon. It's getting bigger. Look, underneath the moon. Can you imagine all that music playing at once? But Catfish Kate was not the only one who came to the swamp that night to have some fun. Skink and Skunktail boys like to read. A nice quiet spot was exactly what they'd need. Excellent, excellent. There's nothing like reading. Hum, strum, rattle, rattle, toodle-oodle croon. Uh-oh, trouble underneath the moon. What is the trouble that could be happening? Well, that worm right there is running away. Can you see? You're like, oh no. Out stepped Skink and his Skunktail boys. Stop that hum, strum, toodle-oodle noise. No more scritch, scratch. Don't even try it. This is our swamp, and we want quiet. Oh no! Oh wait! Oh no! Wait! There we go. And they want quiet. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, please don't fight. Don't do that. This swamp's not yours. We've got a right to play. If you don't like our music, then you can go away. Someone's got to go, but it won't be us. Shall we call you girls a cab, or would you rather take the bus? Oh no, no, please. Don't fight in the swamp, don't. No. Squabble, bicker, differ, feud, not a pretty tune. What's going to happen underneath the moon? No, look what's happening. No, look at that. Don't fight. You were playing such great music underneath the moon. Then Kate said, wait! There has to be a way for you to have your quiet while we still get to play. We have to find a compromise. That's what we need to do. What's a compromise? I don't know. Do you? Do you know what a compromise is? We shall see. Kate took the swamp girls and led them all the way. Skink hollered, look, boys, they're giving up. Hooray! I don't think Kate is going to give up that easy. Was it really true? Was she really giving in? Would the swamp girls lose? Would the skunk boys win? Fluff, puff, fuzzy stuff. Pick enough and soon something might surprise you underneath the moon. We'll just have to wait and see. I don't think they gave up. Do you think they gave up? Look, boys, Skink cried. The girls are coming back. Watch out. They're making fists. They're going to attack. We're going to play our music, Skink. But if it's noise you hear, kindly take this cattail fluff and stuff it in your ear. That's a cattail fluff right there. Hum, strum, rattle, rattle, toodle-oodle croon. Happily ever after, underneath the moon. You're like, what? That's right. Hum, strum, rattle, toodle, croon. happily ever after, underneath the moon. So they compromised. They still were able to read their stories in quiet, and Kate was able to play her music because they worked together. And that's very important, everyone, working together. No need to fight. Settle your differences by working and doing what's right. And you can get Catfish Kate and the Sweet Swamp Band and other books at the Cleveland Public Library on our website at www.cpl.org. Thank you for joining me today.
That was so wonderful. Thank you so much, Anisha. I love that story. And it's so relatable.
Yes.
Yeah, because everyone at some points wants to be really loud, and everybody at other points wants to hear quiet, right?
Right. And when we're going to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I want to hear a lot of loud music.
Well, you will. That is for sure. And I also like that because it teaches a really important lesson about compromising. And when I'm having a conflict with someone, one of the things I like to do is to try to think about why they want what they want and try to look at it from their perspective. And sometimes that makes me a little more able to compromise and find a solution.
Exactly. No need to fight.
For sure, for sure. Well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that story.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we are actually going to go back to the Beck Center for the Arts to our friend Ed, because he is going to have some more songs for us to play. Since this is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Fam Jam, we got to have lots of music. Hey, Mr. Ed, are you still there?
You betcha.
That's amazing.
I am ready to sing. We've been waiting here, hearing that great story about Catfish Kate. She's fabulous. And again, great story of working things out. But back here at backstage at the Beck Center for the Arts, we are ready to keep singing. And unfortunately, here in Cleveland, most of our snow is gone, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It took a while.
Yes, indeed. But we also know it'll be coming back soon, won't it?
For sure. I can't wait.
So there's a few things that I've heard you talk about so far today about swirling drumsticks. I'm hoping we'll do that in a few minutes. But is there any chance, with all of the percussion instrument you have there in the garage, I know you have guitars, there's some keyboards that we don't see on the screen, any chance there's any jingle bells around anywhere? Keep looking. See if they...
Looks like I got some right here.
That is great. So... and then I was also thinking about the Rock Hall inductees, because we know Prince had the Revolution, right? Mm-hmm. We know that Martha had the Vandellas, and Bruce Springsteen, of course, had the E Street Band. So,
for sure.
Since it's the Fam Jam, and I bet some of our listeners, of course, don't know that we play in a band, sometimes with Todd the Rock, called the Big Finish Band. But I brought two of my family members to be my backup band. So I'm going to ask my wife, Lisa, to come over and join us. And my kid, Megan, is going to join us here at the Fam Jam. And I would like everyone to say good morning. There we go. So how about if we go back to that whole snow topic? And you can join us too, Mandy, playing those jingle bells. And
awesome. I can't wait.
I want all the families everywhere, even if you've never gotten to touch snow, to do a little jingle bells with us. And I want to hear lots of singing out there around the Rock Hall YouTube channel. Here we go, dashing through the snow. One horse open sleigh. For the here we go, laughing all the way. Ha ha ha! Bells on our bells ring, making spirits rise. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, very nice. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. So I was thinking to do it one more time, because when you played Rush before, Neil Peart, he doesn't usually play a lot of slow ballads, does he?
No, he
Not a whole
doesn't.
lot. So he does not. So I know when we play Jingle Bells with Big Finish, we usually rock it out, don't we?
We sure do.
You ready? Are you ready? All right, friends at home, here we go. Crashing through the snow in one horse open sleigh. Going uphill we go, laughing all the way. Ha ha! Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits high. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleigh song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Woo! How about that?
That was pretty
That was
rock and roll, Ed.
That was, we give it our best shot here at the Beck and at the Rock Hall, don't we?
We
Very
sure
nice.
do.
Very nice. Wow, thank you for playing. So I've got another song I want to share with everybody about things that we got to see today at the Fam Jam and some things that we get to see at the Rock Hall. And since you got to do the drums today, I think we're going to sing about all the different kinds of drums. I have some here behind me and some that you can't see yet, but we're going to bring those on. And I even got a picture from someone watching at home. They were playing along this morning with teeny tiny cymbals. So we're going to ask any of our friends that have instruments at home to get those out so they can play along with us. Their tambourines and their drums. But before we play, do you have drumsticks with you, Mandy?
I sure do.
All right. Since Anisha asked us, could you do a little twirl into those drumsticks and show us how cool? How fun is that?
Pretty fun.
I always like when they play them down and then you go up and spin them and do. Can you do that? Is that in your repertoire, or are you more?
I can play and I can throw it up in the air, and then every once in a while I catch it.
Oh, how fun is that? All right, we won't demonstrate that.
Always.
Okay. All right, so let's do. Since I bet most of our friends aren't lucky enough to have a big drum set like you, can you show us a little air drums while we do the first verse here?
I'm ready.
Oh, fabulous. All right. So, friends at home, I need you to get your drumsticks. Make that face like Mandy's doing right now. Playing all those drums like Neil Peart and any other fabulous Rock Hall drummers. I went to the Fam Jam. What did I see? I saw Mandy playing those drums for me. She was playing. Oh yeah, she was playing all around, all those hi-hats. So surprised, couldn't believe my eyes. I love the Fam Jam at the Rock Hall. Big finish. Ooh, wow, fabulous, very nice. All right, Mandy, I'll let you rest for a minute, and I'm going to bring back my backup drummers. Thank you for playing; that was very cool. Maybe when you come back, you could do a little more twirling for us. That'd be cool. All right, so here we go. All right, friends. Thanks, Mandy. We'll see you back here in a minute. So we got some drums here at the Beck Center. Lisa's got some, what are those things?
Bongos.
Bongos with the letter B. Here we go. I went to the Fam Jam. What did I see? I saw those bongos playing for me. They were playing. I was so surprised, couldn't believe my eyes. I love the Fam Jam at the Rock Hall. Very nice. Thank you. All right, Megan's got this really big drum over here. A floor drum, because it is so big, it has to stand right there on the floor. Give that thing a really big, gigantic hit. Really big. All right, here we go. I went to the Fam Jam. What did I see? I saw the big drum playing with me, baby, playing. Yeah, you're playing. Very good. I was so surprised, couldn't believe my eyes. I love the Fam Jam at the Rock Hall. Very nice. All right. Very good. Oh, you know what else we saw? Was that great book about catfish cakes. I went to the rock hall, what did I see? I saw a great book about catfish cake. Playing for me, I saw catfish cakes laying on those great pages. I was so surprised, couldn't believe my eyes. I love the Fam Jam at the Rock Hall. How about those kazoos? I don't know if anyone made their kazoos yet, but we can make kazoo sounds. There we go. I went to the Rock Hall, what did I see? I saw those kazoos, they were playing for me. They were playing. Pretty good, huh? I was so surprised, couldn't believe my eyes. I made the sound of kazoo at the Rock Hall. All right, Lisa's got a very, very cool drum. Check this thing out. What's that thing look like?
This is a lollipop drum.
A lollipop drum, and it's got, tell them about the colors. Go up really close, show them all those colors.
Look at all those cool colors. There's red and yellow and green and blue and white.
All right, let me hear that drum playing along. I went to the Rock Hall, what did I see? I saw all the kids play with a lollipop drum with me. They were playing. You did a nice job. They were playing. Kids at home keep playing those drums. I was so surprised, couldn't believe my eyes. I love the Fam Jam at the Rock Hall.
Wow.
It's like that thing flew in. Wait a minute, check out the sizes of those things.
Look at these.
We got a big, gigantic lollipop drum. Wow. Our good friend Sam set us up with that really big Remo drum. It is the coolest, big lollipop drum I have ever seen. Megan, I hate to say it, but it's almost as tall as you are, which is very exciting. Let me hear that drum. All right, everybody, if you got a drum, play those drums. If you have a tambourine, I know some friends have tambourines, and I bet there's some kids out there that have a lollipop drum. Are you big kids ready to play?
Yes.
All right. I went to the Fam Jam, and what did I see? I saw lollipop drummers playing for me. They were playing. I was so surprised, couldn't believe my eyes. I love the Fam Jam at the Rock Hall. All right, last one before we bring Miss Mandy back on screen with us. Let's see. What would it sound like if Megan played the big lollipop drum and you got the bongos back out? All right, here we go. Great. Let's do our rock poses. Here we go. Our big finish from here at the Beck Center for the Arts. I went to the Rock Hall. What did I see? I saw lots of drummers drumming with me. They were drumming. Everyone rocking. They were drumming. I was so surprised, couldn't believe my eyes. I love the Fam Jam at the Rock Hall. Wow. Nice job. Very good. Very good. I hope all of you had a fun time rocking and rolling with us here today. That was a lot of fun. Find lots of drums at home, even if they're little cymbals or tambourines. Get those kazoos made. Fun things like that. Miss Mandy, how did we do today?
Oh, you knocked it out of the park. That was amazing, Mr. Ed.
Well, thank you. Thank you. That was a lot of fun.
I think my favorite one was the big lollipop drum.
Isn't that thing cool? You need one of those at the Rock Hall.
I think I need one of those at home.
Well, that would be perfect. That would be absolutely perfect.
For sure. Well, thanks again, Ed, and the Beck Center.
You betcha. Thanks for having us. We'll see you next month, I hope.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely. All right. See you, everybody.
Yeah, all right. So that concludes our program today. I just wanted to take a minute to thank everybody at home, all of our viewers, and I hope that you guys had as much fun as I did. We heard a great story. We learned how to make a kazoo. We learned about the percussion family of instruments, and we rocked it out with Ed and his family at the Beck Center. I also want to thank the John P. Murphy Foundation again for their support of our Fam Jam program and of our other programs. And I wanted to tell you again to go over to edu.rockhall.com to make sure to check out that great Fam Jam playlist and all of the activities that are free. You just have to sign up for an account. Mr. Ed is right. We do have one more Fam Jam scheduled for January 9th. So if you had fun today, tune in again on January 9th, where we will be learning about the string family, and we'll see some guitars. But last, I'd like to bring back Anisha and Ed one more time just to say thank you so that we can all give a nice big goodbye to all of you at home. Did you guys have fun, Anisha and Ed?
I had loads of fun. Loads.
Loads of fun. Awesome. I think Ed might be a little frozen. I think we wore him out from rocking out too much. There he is. Did you have fun today, Mr. Ed?
I had a blast with my guitar here at the back. This was great, and I love the catfish story. I hope all our friends keep rocking.
Yeah, me too. And join us on January 9th. All right. Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Take care.
Bye-bye.